Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video for the day. We're going back into r/niceguys stories, and if you like these type of videos and you want to see more of them, be sure to hit that like button and leave a comment down below to let me know what stuff you like seeing. And if you have not already, subscribe to the channel. Let's go. Our first story comes to us from username Marshmallow Kunigan. Guy I knew for years pulls a nice guy, calls me a slut for not sleeping with him. TLDR at the end. Hope this is the right place to post. Couldn't decide whether this was more of a neckbeard or a nice guy, but as he referred to himself as a nice guy, so will I. This happened about a year ago, so I'm a little hazy on the details. I met this guy back in early 2015. We met through a dating/networking site that used to be Netlog in the good old days. We matched because I'm pretty sure he liked everyone and I felt like we would get along. I should have known better as he already checked off several nice guy boxes. Fedora, anime girls, I think even some swords. He started talking and we quickly came to the subject of relationships. I was in a relationship at the time. I was just there to make friends, which was very clearly stated on my profile. He said, "Well, I guess I'm a little short in the friend department, so sure, let's give it a try." I was a rather nice person back then, more patient anyway. I was going to be this guy's friend, or so I thought. Over the next few months, we talked several times a week. Nothing special. I could tell he had a bit of a thing for me, but remained civil because I was a taken lady after all. So, skip to the end of 2015. My relationship with my boyfriend of 4 years ended. He was one of the people who were there for me and was there to comfort me. Over the weeks, he grew more attached, sending me "good morning gorgeous" and "good night beautiful" texts. I enjoyed the attention. I was an insecure 20-year-old who didn't feel loved and was experiencing some love and appreciation. The text slowly became more vulgar and he complained a lot about his high libido. I wasn't sure whether I was attracted to him or just to the attention, so over the weeks I sent him mixed signals. This was pretty much our dynamic for the next 4 years. I had short relationships during which he was very understanding and civil and seemed to try his best to be a good friend, as we had decided to just be friends. As soon as I was clearly in between people, he would turn into this vulgar guy who seemed to hate women and the world. Really, he was an incel in the making. I couldn't stand the negative behavior, however, I was going to show him that there were still good women out there. Our friendship was a mess. On more than one occasion, I told him to piss off and that his attitude was the reason nobody liked him, and to stop hating women so much as it wasn't our fault he was being terrible. How we remained friends, I still don't understand. I guess he really didn't have a lot of friends. So last year we decided it was time to meet up. He was in a relationship, poor girl, at the time, so I felt fairly secure. I didn't have a lot of money, so he paid for my train tickets. I asked him to pick me up at the bus stop as I was in a strange town, didn't know the way, and tend to get anxious when I'm not sure where to go. So he picked me up. It was the first time I saw him in real life. He was wearing a fedora and a long black leather coat. His smile struck me as charming though, so I felt fairly at ease. The afternoon was spent watching Zootopia, which I hadn't seen before. Throughout the day, he kept hinting at maybe sleeping together as his girlfriend was sort of okay with it. She wasn't, but didn't want to lose him. I was uncomfortable as I'd done nothing to imply this was a date. He got more creepy by the minute. He made me tea, offered me a massage, all kinds. He found reasons to touch me. I should have just told him to keep his hands to himself, but I was awkward and not too good at setting boundaries. At some point, he came back from the toilet while holding one of my hairs that had fallen out. He showed me the hair and proceeded to hang it on a lamp for safekeeping. I almost noped the heck out of there on the spot, but I was nice and we were waiting for the food he ordered, so I felt it was rude to leave. I ate my dinner, told him thank you, and left. He walked me to the bus stop. He proceeded to present a gift that he had bought me back in 2015, a fairy statue. I have a huge collection. I told him thanks. The bus arrived and he told me he hoped to see me again soon. I told him bye and just remained in a state of shock all the way home. Did I mention I also had a boyfriend at the time? I called him and told him what had happened. He was cool about it and was glad I was okay. Fast forward 2 weeks and nice guy confronts me about leading him on, and basically I owed him because he paid for stuff. I told him if it was about the money I'd paid back. It wasn't. He accused me of leading him on for all of those years years and told me I was just like all of the other females who had friend-zoned him and only talked to him when I was feeling sad or lonely, and was basically using him for his friendship with a promise of sleeping with him. I told him he was a sad, pathetic incel and that it was no wonder that all women despised him. How he has been creepy towards me for years and that it was inappropriate. I told him I was done. He has been spouting abuse at me for years and I was taking no more. I proceeded to block him everywhere. He ended up sending me several texts and even emails. After about a week of abuse, it stopped. Haven't talked to him since. I hope I never see him again. TLDR, guy I formed a friendship with is wildly inappropriate for years. We finally meet up and he turns out to be a creepy jerk who ends up telling me I'm a slut and a barge for not wanting to sleep with him. Our next story comes to us from username PhoenixGirl450. You would be lucky to date me, Rard. Elementary school edition. I know, how does this A exist, B happen, and C exist? Just follow my story. When I was in 5th grade, last grade of elementary school for the school I went to, there was this guy, let's call him Smithy. Smithy was disgusting. Always wore these Crocs that stunk to high heaven because he never cleaned them or wore socks. He would take said Crocs off in class to play with them, so everyone had to smell them. Was still picking his nose and eating it even though he was like that, 12. He was one of the older students. Never washed his hands. This isn't what made him a nice guy though. I could go on, but we aren't here for that. He was a nice guy because he had the classic attitude. At 12, he already had the attitude. He was always angry about not getting his way. He preyed on girls and then got upset when they didn't appreciate it, and generally did not get that nobody liked him. Even our teachers didn't like him. Let me explain something real quick. I am autistic, or what the school system called special needs. Therefore, I was cast aside by the community and branded as a reject. I wasn't stupid at all, but I was strange. I didn't get social cues and would rather ramble on about something nobody else found interesting, or talk about something in the wrong time and place, the works. I've learned over the years, but I still have a long way to go. Back to the story. This dude, Smithy I called him, had a crush on me, and not a small one. It was obvious. Why me? I don't know. Guess I was one of the few girls who wouldn't straight up say no before he spoke. I was also the new kid to this school at the time, so I didn't know what he was like. I quickly learned, of course, but not before this all happened. We had a thing in school where we would dedicate half of the year, the middle chunk, to learning about Latin American culture and dance, and then we would perform dancing. Every year, the first lesson would be listening and dancing by ourselves, though hardcore kids would use this as extra practice each year. It wasn't unusual to see people legit dancing, but at the same, not strange to see people awkwardly swaying in the shadows. I was one of the ones swaying about in the shadows because I came late to the party and I had no idea what was going on. This dude, who had previously been only civil with, came up to me, extended his hand, and with the ever so entitled attitude said to me, "Wanna dance?" I looked at the girls around me who refused to look me in the eye back and then turned back to Smithy. I didn't like this tone. I hated his smell and I in no way wanted to touch his dirty hands. Only a quarter of the year in and I already wanted nothing to do with him. I didn't know what to do. I awkwardly said no. Wrong answer. He blew up. I was surprised he didn't haul off and deck me. He looked so pissed, which would have been absolutely wrong of him, but I was shy and didn't understand what was happening. This was the convo. No? Come on, it's not that bad. No, I'm good right here. You would be an idiot not to dance with me. What? I said you would be an idiot not to dance with me, Rard. Okay. Holding back tears, walks away to the bathroom. Smithy didn't follow me, thank God. I wasn't looking to break down in front of anyone. Two girls came to comfort me after a while, though I get the feeling now they did it because the teacher asked them to. Later on, after school, Smithy would approach me again while I was waiting with my siblings for my dad to pick us up. He said the famous line that was in the title. I ignored it. Holding back tears, he shouted it, and the staff called his mom on him. She gave me an ugly glare while she took her precious boy home. He at least never really approached me again after that, and he left the school after that year for unrelated reasons that I never cared to find out about. He still lived in the area though, and I once saw the family out biking while I was walking my puppy. I kept my head down. Now I wish I had gotten mad or something, but I was so scared of everyone back then. I was young wrong, and the world treated me like scum because I didn't understand. So that's my story. I have one other encounter I could share, one where I have little more confidence in myself, though it's still not very spicy. If anyone wants me to share it, say so in the comments. God, that is a trashy parent. I'm pretty certain that she's the reason he's like that. Like, oh, how could my little darling angel ever say that to you? No, he's always in the right. Now, go get bent, Karen. Your little darling angel is the reason some people have mental breakdowns. Hope you're doing better. And with that, that's going to have to be it with the video. I know this is a shorter video among the whole story time format videos, but I hope you guys liked it all the same. If you guys want to see more videos like these in the future, be sure to hit that like button and let me know what you liked about the video. And if you have not already, subscribe to the channel for updates and future content. I'll be sure to see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye.